Welcome to the Mediabox. George Papandreou here to talk about your report on strengthening democracy. Why did you look into this issue? What concerns have you seen in terms of the trends of recent years?
Well, I also happen to be the general rapporteur for democracy, so the whole issue of where democracy is going is crucial. There is a sense that things aren't working, the system isn't working for people, they feel alienated. And it is, of course, that many of the problems of the past years, whether it's the financial crisis, which I dealt with in Greece, whether it's the way we dealt with the pandemic, or the migration crisis, or the huge inequalities that have developed in our societies, a sense that we have a lot of resources and technology and capacity, but the younger generation doesn't feel that there's a future. They're not really being used well. So somehow our power structures are not really working that well. It's not so, I would say, not so democratic. And we need to rethink how we bring equality into our democracy so that it's not just people vote every 4 years and sort of randomly hope that this vote will change their fate, but give power to the people truly in more everyday politics through participative and deliberative practices. These are not theoretical. They go back to ancient Athens, where citizens' assemblies would actually deliberate and propose laws. They go back to direct democracy. We have direct democracy in some countries, such as in Switzerland, but they also go back to recent examples. In Ireland, for example, with the big debate around the change of the constitution on abortion, there was a citizens' assembly. It was not affected by lobbies or single group issues or big money. It was a real, genuine discussion with representatives randomly chosen, with experts making a decision that maybe we should change the constitution. And other countries have done it too. France has done it on climate. The UK has had certain experiments, Vancouver, Porto Alegre, and participative budgeting also in Estonia. I in Greece did this as a process of deliberating with our citizens to find the right candidate for local elections. So I think we need to see how we can enrich this, break the power structures as they are, and give sort of a sense that, yeah, democracy can work. We can engage people.
And what can this assembly, what can PACE do to help foster that?
There are many ways to foster it. First of all, there has to be a political decision, and it's a political will, because what we're saying is we are saying that we are actually changing some of the power structures. We're not just going to deliberate as representatives, elected representatives, but we're going to have a complementary, and I promote the idea of a fourth branch of deliberative government, where we have a constant discussion on policies before we actually legislate. So why not a platform? And we have our Facebooks, we have our Twitters, we have that, but why not our parliaments having a real platform where citizens daily and equally can debate with algorithms that are transparent, with making sure that you can help through these algorithms both debate but also consensus building and not simply hate speech and polarization. And at the same time, similar things as citizens' assemblies using that technique. And it's not a technique only, it's a spirit. But that does mean that the power structures that are existing decide that we have to hand over some of the power to our citizens. And I think that's what I advocate too. It's not just a technique, it's a spirit of expanding our ecosystem of democracy. And of course, giving the opportunity, because that's what participation means, of being an educated citizen. We've lost that idea. Our schools train us for skills, for jobs we may not even have, but they don't train us to be citizens. And actually, participation is one way of training for citizenship.
George Papandreou, very interesting. Thank you.
Thank you very much.